welcome back to After the Game on this Sunday night. Welcome to everybody who has come in. And we've got 5 likes already. Far out. There we go. So the King of the North is flying solo this evening with a bit of a cough. But there we go. We'll get through it. And yeah, we're just catching up, having a chat on a Sunday evening after the games, just going through the games, having a bit of a look at the games, and might make it a bit of a short one tonight. But yeah, welcome in Ree, Jamar, Chris C's in the house. Who else have we got? Who else have we got in? HFD, no, that's me. And Paul, g'day troops. Strap yourself in for another fun footy chat with the Commander King. There we go. Paul is a wordsmith of massive proportions. The Lions won. Yeah, we'll get to the Lions game as well. And yeah, how you going? So good. Coach defeated on field opponents. There you go. Far out. If I need a resume, Paul, I will be coming your way and getting a bit of a help there with that. So 6 likes. Thank you guys for the likes. We really appreciate it. We just catch up on a Sunday for about an hour, have a bit of a chat in the chat, talk about the game, talk about the weekend games, and just go through and have a look. So they look like lions. They are lions. They look like lions. There we go. So we've got the. I've brought out the port scarf. I've brought out the blue scarf, and got the teal colour on today to celebrate Chris C's fantastic victory as well. But we'll be talking about that extraordinary game as well. And it's in the. I think it's in the email, Chris C. I think he sent it into the email, so you should be able to find it in there. And if you want to chuck it on the drive or something, then I might be able to download it and we can have a listen to it. So yeah, that'll be good. And all right, so let's have a bit of a look at where we're going so far. So it started on Friday night, and we had the Bulldogs being called Footscray. And they were playing Melbourne, and once again, Melbourne didn't turn up. Melbourne's fans didn't turn up, and it was at Marvel Stadium Friday night, and it ended up being the Bulldogs 110 to Melbourne 59, and yeah, quite a win to the Bulldogs. Let us know what you thought about that one. But the Bulldogs looking very good, and I'll have to should bring the ladder up as well. Bring that up. Let's have a quick look. They are sitting, I think now. I didn't bring the live ladder over, so we will have a look. They are 7th, so they've dropped to 7th after this afternoon's wins. So let's just have a look at the ladder before we go and have a look at the games. We've got Sydney Swans in first place by only 2 points, and Brisbane 54. They are coming, and then we've got Port has dropped to 3rd after the game, so 52. GWS have gone to 4th in 52 as well, and Geelong are on 52 as well. So Port with the best percentage with their big win, 113.6. GWS on 52, 112, 111, and then Geelong 108. So 3 teams on 52. We've got Fremantle with losing today has dropped to 6th and gone to 50. And they're on 116. The Bulldogs dropped to 7th on 48. And then Carlton go to 8th on 48. So then we've got, and if we go down the ladder a bit, and I don't know I'm not sure where the cutoff's going to be. Essendon with their victory today go to 46. 95%, Hawthorn on 44, Collingwood on 44, and then I think that's the cutoff. I think the Essendon, Hawks, and Collingwood are about the cutoff for any chance of getting into the 8. But yeah, that top 8 looks pretty solid, to be honest. I think Melbourne are done on 40, and then you've got Gold Coast 36, and then St Kilda 32. It's too far behind. So yeah, interesting. Carlton go to 8th, so and they've got a big game next week. So there we go. So anyway, back to Friday night. Did you get the song, Paul? Chris C. Did you see my animated funny sticker of the King? I emailed it to you yesterday. Did you see that, Chris C? I haven't seen that one yet. I'll send it to Chris C. There we go. Should be there. He's probably chucking it in the drive as we speak. So I will get to that and have a look at that. But yeah, Friday night. What did you think of the Friday night game? Bulldogs and Melbourne. Do you think that Melbourne are done? And are the Bulldogs real contenders for the flag? Are they a mid-range team? Just never know. So no. No, bit of not sure there. So yeah, that was very interesting. Where did you send it? I think you sent it to Hunky Food Dude's email address. I think KP told him to send it there. It might be sitting on the emails of Hunky Food Dudes. So if you check there or HFD, I think you'll find it. So yeah, interesting game. I think that they may Bulldogs are looking pretty good. They're looking in good form. Some people were mentioning that they could go similar to when they won the grand final, but then some other people said that they didn't think the team was quite as good as the last Bulldogs team that won the flag. So there we go. But yeah, interesting game for Bulldogs next week. We'll have a quick look at those next week as well. Second game was West Coast Eagles versus the Suns, and this was at Optus Stadium over in Perth. We did catch the last quarter of this, and it was pretty even going right the way through. So it was a pretty good one. But that last quarter of the game was quite amazing. GT23, I think, was at the game, and we got sorry about the cough, guys. And they certainly turned it on in the last quarter, and it was ended up being a victory to West Coast over the Suns. The Suns' year is done. See you tomorrow night. What's that? Hang on, what's happening? See you tomorrow night or Tuesday night. Do the song Tuesday. Yeah, no worries. Okay then. All good. So yeah, the Eagles got the victory 97-87. The Suns' year, I reckon, is done. And yeah, they needed that victory. I don't know what Dimmer's going to do about the Suns and not being able to win away from home. It is a bit strange that they just can't do it. So yeah, very interesting there. But yeah, good win and brutal last quarter by both teams trying to get the victory over at Optus Stadium. That was pretty good. So people can react on it. KB Kizar, thoughts on the Hawks? Well, we did a watch along for that this afternoon, and we might Put the ladder in the drive. Put the ladder in the drive. Hang on a sec. Let me have a look. So grab it for this. Grab so to show everybody. Okay. Hang on a sec. Let me just do this. Let me just quickly go grab this one. Where are we? Let's go grab the ladder. Yeah, so we want to talk thoughts on the Hawks. So the Hawks, it was quite surprising today. They had a really, really good lead, and they blew it. So they had a 26-point lead, and they let it get away. So that wasn't good. It wasn't the Hawks that we know. It wasn't the Hawks that we've known the last couple of weeks. So something was not right today. They just weren't. I don't know whether they're starting to get a bit tired, or what it is, but yeah, they weren't quite the Hawks that we all know. So the AFL ladder. There we go. Round 21. Let's drop that in here. Here we go. Look at that. All right. Let's just do this quickly. We'll put the ladder up. All right. So there we go. So we'll just have a quick look at that. So Sydney, Brisbane, Port Adelaide, Greater Western Sydney, Geelong, Fremantle, Bulldogs in 7th, Carlton in 8th. Essendon with the victory today go to 9th. Hawthorn in 10th. Collingwood 11. Melbourne and Gold Coast down. I don't think are going anywhere. And Hawthorn just didn't have a spark today. So something was not right with the Hawks, and yeah, it was. I think they'll be better for the loss because they can work on what didn't work. Because they were scoring pretty easily today, but yeah, it was. They just lost their way in the last quarter, and GWS are a good side, so don't take anything away from them. But yeah, I was expecting much better from the Hawks, and they showed that for 3 quarters, and then threw it away in the last bit. So yeah, very very strange there. All right, so if we move on to the next game, we had Geelong versus Adelaide, and Adelaide almost took it away as well. So the Cats 90 to the Crows 85. The Crows came very late with a run. Geelong down at the Cattery. Geelong win by 5 points, but Rochelle kicked 2 nice goals at the end. And they were coming hard, the Crows, and but just couldn't get away with it in the end. And it was just a good victory to the Cats. Cameron, I think, kicked 5, so that was good for the Cats. So yeah, the Suns could still win back-to-back premierships in the VFL. There we go. Footy What If. G'day. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, the Suns. I don't know the Suns in the AFL just need to learn to win away from home, and then they'll do all right. They can win at home, but there we go. They can't do it away. G'day, Toby. How are you? Good to see you. So yeah, a good victory by the Cats that put them up into 3rd spot over the weekend. But as we can see, the Cats are now in 5th. So yeah, that holds them in pretty good stead. and GWS jumping over Geelong as well. So holds them in good stead there in fifth. So pretty even though. 52, Port Adelaide, GWS and Geelong all on 52. So next week's going to be very interesting. The next game was the blockbuster, the blockbuster at the G, and I know we've got a few people in the chat who are Carlton supporters. We had a big Collingwood crew jump in the other night, and it come down to the last quarter of the game and the last kick of the game after the siren for Carlton to take the victory. But it was Pendlebury's 400th game, and they were quite up for the game. They had some big ins come in as well, and they played really well. Carlton still have some issues. They just can't seem to be that Carlton of 5-6 weeks ago, where they were just they had it all together. They were coming out of the back really well. They were using the midfield. They were using the back line. And we just haven't seen that Carlton for weeks now. And Collingwood came to play, and there was only signs of life in the last quarter by Carlton, and Collingwood got the victory 84-81. And Chris C, how did McGovern miss that kick? Yep, that's a very good question. I've watched it a couple of times. Watched it a couple of times, and they played it tonight on the bounce. And I don't know. 45 meters out, just a little bit to the right, and he should have put it through, and he just sprayed it. So I really don't know what to say about that. So yeah, so that makes life hard for Carlton now. Carlton have got a bit of a battle. They have to play the Hawks next week, and that's going to be tough. So Hawthorn coming off a loss, and playing Carlton, or both teams coming off a loss. That's right. It's a must win next week, or they're finished. Yep, that's right. So so yeah, that was a very interesting and big game. I'm not sure on the crowd. They were saying that might have been 95,000 there, but yeah, we don't know exactly how much it was, but it was a big crowd and very vocal for Collingwood as well. There should be a New Zealand AFL. There should be a New Zealand team in the AFL. There we go. Yep. That would make it international then. All right. Then on to the craziest game of the weekend, I would say. And we were doing the watch along, and we had because the Collingwood Carlton game and the Port Adelaide Sydney game were on together, and we were watching. What about the West Coast win? We did that one already. Yeah, we did. I did that one. Hang on, I'll go back and what do I do? Yeah, we talked about West Coast second game, and how they got away with it. It was a brutal last quarter, and the Eagles got away with the win. The big team with the big guns, and the Eagle got away with the victory. But we were watching the game at the MCG, and all of a sudden, all these scores started popping up, and we could not believe it was history. It was history in the making. History in the making, that's for sure. Believe it or not, when I read this out, it's hard to believe. Port Adelaide 148 to the Swans 36. Now, they won, and it was at Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide won by 112 points, and what a percentage boost that was to get them up there. and what a victory. But what was happening um, in the first quarter, it was all over. It was all over in the first quarter. I think it was, what was what was the score, Chris? It was almost 60, 58 to 1 or 58-0, I think it was in the first quarter. Just unbelievable. So let me see whether I can go to the match report. Let's have a look. Summary. Let's have a look at summary. There we go. Quarter by quarter. Head to head. Has it got quarter by quarter? Hasn't got quarter by quarter. It should have quarter by quarter, but the last 5 matches. Head-to-head stats. No, haven't got the quarters there. That's a shame. There we go. Come on, AFL. What are you doing? There we go. So 71 to zip. That's right. Yeah. So 71 to zip, and you cannot believe, we could not believe what we were seeing. The scores in the corner. With 71 to zip, and ended up 148 to 36. Just unbelievable. The Port supporters would have been sitting there just scratching their heads going, what is going on here? What if Fitzroy never merged with Brisbane Bears? I think, and I haven't been around long enough in Melbourne to know, but wouldn't they have folded? Would Fitzroy have folded back in the day? Because I know the NRL, the rugby league was going through a similar thing where teams were folding. So I think at the time, from memory, they would have folded. But yeah, look at the combination you've got now. You've got the Brisbane Bears, the Brisbane Lions, and they are doing very well. They could be going after a premiership this year. Freo, Geelong, Footscray, Carlton, Sydney. We beat all the top 8 teams. There we go. And it was 71 to zip before they scored a point. Wow. There we go. Biggest score in the teams. Biggest score with a team yet to score since 1925. Far out. That is history in the making, Chris C. So, yeah, just crazy. But congratulations to Port. Congratulations to Chris C. He's been trying to think that he get his team up and about, and now they're sitting in second spot or third spot now. Sitting in the third spot now, and yeah, very very good there on 52 points. Now, if they can manage to keep winning, get the victory next week, stay up in that top 3, and get themselves a top 4 spot, then very good chance of doing well. All right, then we went to today's game. So we had 3 games today, and we did a watch along for the Giants and the Hawks, and the other 2 games, Essendon and Dockers, and St Kilda and the Lions. So yeah, we only did the one, and the Hawks led the way at Manuka Oval. They played in Canberra, and they both travelled to Canberra, and the Hawks were pretty much dominant. First quarter was looking good. They were about 12 to 18 points ahead. Second quarter, they led by 22 at halftime. They had a 28-point lead at the end of the third quarter. So they were doing it quite well. And then the momentum shifted. The Giants turned things around. 3 straight goals into the fourth quarter, and it was game on again. They got to within 2 points, and they just kicked away in the end, and they were just too strong. The Hawks were making too many errors, and they got the victory by 2 points. So good effort there. And then we had, while that was going on, it just started, and Essendon were playing the Dockers at the MCG. Now, we should have actually done a watch along for this one. This was a beauty. And, all right, hang on, let's have a look at the chat. Or Footscray would relocate. Oh, okay. Yep, or they'd relocate. Essendon come out and were behind as well. The Dockers were playing really well. Essendon got a good start. The Dockers came back and were leading in the second quarter, third quarter, and then it was on. So it got to, I think, 2 minutes before the end, and it ended up being a draw. So I thought we were going to have a draw with a minute and a half to go. And a break out of the centre by Merritt, kicked into the 50. They put the kick through, got the point, and managed to hold on for the victory, 90-89. It was quite a game at the MCG. A lot of the fans didn't get to the game. I noticed the crowd wasn't that big, so Essendon fans, stop jumping off your team when you lose a few, and keep supporting them, because they're keeping on trying. Diamonds, g'day. How you going? Give us a like and a subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thanks for joining. Dogs have to be the best. Plus, I'm Jacka. I keep changing my name. You're Jekka. Jekka IK. There we go. Anyway, Diamonds looks pretty good. Dogs have to be the best. Dogs have to be the best. There we go. Well, at the moment, they're doing really well. And so, yeah, after today's game and with Essendon getting the victory, we'll just bring that up again. So for the Dogs, for Diamonds, the Dogs have gone to seventh, sitting on 48 points. So 48's okay. They can afford to lose one maybe, but they'd want to be staying in there. They'd want to be going to 50. I reckon you need 54. You reckon you're going to need 54, Chris, guys? Reckon you need 54 to get in the top 8, or are you going to need 60 to get in the top 8? What do you reckon it's going to be? So Essendon, they needed that win desperately. Fremantle stay at 6, even though they had the loss. But Essendon desperately needed that win. They've jumped over Hawthorn, and Essendon were looking in a lot of trouble if they didn't win today. So what does Sydney need to do to keep top spot? They've got to stop losing by 100 points, I think, and also I don't understand how they're playing so bad, only losing a couple of players. I know that they've got 2 major players out. But yeah, I don't know why they've gone so bad in the last 2 weeks. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, looking good there. Dogs looking good as well. And then we finally had the last game, and Jamar will be happy, even though he's left the building. But the Lions, 124 to St Kilda 39. They put the Lions to the sword. Brisbane win by 85 points at Marvel, and it was back to the old St Kilda again, but just the Lions too good. And they retain their second spot up there and looking to knock over Sydney. at the end. So there we go. So yeah, that's a wrap up of the games, and wasn't a bad watch at all. Next week, let's have a look at the next week's rounds. So I'll let you know what we're doing on the watch alongs for next week. So big one on Friday night. So it's going to be first versus the Lambeth. It's Sydney Swans versus Collingwood. They are going to Sydney. So Friday night we will be doing a watch along for that one. The Lions and Giants will be big as well. That's when is that? Is that on 7:30 Saturday? The Lions and the Giants. North Melbourne are playing the Eagles at Blundstone Arena down in Hobart. So that'll be interesting. Imagine Port v Brisbane Grand Final like 2004. Far out, 20 years in the making. Wouldn't that be a beauty? Yeah. North and the Eagles down at Hobart, so that'll be interesting. North coming off a win, the Eagles coming off a win, so that'll be a good game. That one, we might even, you never know. We'll have to have a think about that. Port are going to win the 2024 Premiership Cup. There we go. Paul's called it already. Chris C. The Dockers against the Cats on Saturday afternoon at Optus over in. That's going to be tough for the Cats. We've got Essendon at Marvel, back at Marvel against the Suns. So I don't like the Suns' chances of winning. Essendon need to keep winning now. They've got to get off. They could go into the 8 with a win. Melbourne at the MCG against Port Adelaide. So Port are coming to Melbourne to play Melbourne. Melbourne in not very good form, and looking like a good opportunity there for Port. I can't dispute that claim. Exactly. Then we've got the big one. When's this? This is that's 7 p.m. So Sunday at 12:40. Oh, this is Adelaide time. Why is Central time coming up? That's interesting. Why is my browser coming up as Adelaide time? Did I? Oh, don't know why. Carlton versus the Hawks. Now that's going to be at the MCG, and going to be an absolute beauty. So this is a must win for Carlton, and the Hawks will be coming off a loss. They're both coming off a loss, so a win is desperate for both sides. If Hawks lose this, then that could be their season done. Then we've got Richmond are going up against St Kilda. St Kilda probably should get the chocolates. They're playing that at Marvel as well, so Richmond away from home. Richmond not at the MCG, guys. There we go. And then the last game of the afternoon will be the Adelaide Crows versus Bulldogs. So that will be, and that's at Adelaide Oval. So that is going to be an absolute beauty. Can the Crows upset the Bulldogs to knock them off their? And they've kept the name. They've kept the name Footscray on the charts as well. So have they actually? They haven't changed their name back to Footscray, have they? The Footscray Western Bulldogs. That's there we go. I just haven't noticed that before. So yeah, there's the rounds, guys. So we'll probably do. I reckon we'll do 3 or 4 watch alongs. We'll see how we go there. And we'll be back on Port v Melbourne. I'll be doing a watch along. Yes, Chris C will be doing the watch along. I'll probably be with him for that one as well. And that'll be good. But for now, we'll make it a short one tonight, episode 5. Hopefully Johnny Carlton will return with me next week. And that's just a quick wrap up of the games for the weekend and having a look at what's coming up next week for the HFD. And yeah, have a great week, guys. Back on Tuesday for the footy show. Is that Tuesday for the footy show, Chris C? I think that's right. So, and could be a good chance for the podcast to be on. I think the EPL show is back this Monday. So join KP for the EPL show as well. So So yeah, join us for that. Plenty of plenty of things never to be seen again. There we go. So yeah, thanks for coming in tonight, guys. Really appreciate your support and coming in. And we will see you on Tuesday night when we get back on the panel. And Chris C runs the show, wrapping us up for the games this weekend and our tips for next week. So take care, guys. Have a good Sunday and have a good week. And we will see you next week.